Today, video cameras are everywhere. Surveillance cameras catch criminals in the act. Police cameras bring us up close to the gritty reality of law enforcement. And home video cameras record the human experience from comedy to tragedy. Everything you are about to see really happened. Like REALTV, it is all dramatic real-life events caught on tape. But right at the top, you should know what you're about to see would never be shown on television. This video is graphic. It's violent. It's raw. Some of the language and situations are not intended for young viewers. This is REALTV, extreme and uncensored, and it begins in a police station in Oklahoma.
I want you where I can see you.
You can see me just fine.
It's high drama in Ada, Oklahoma, when a deranged woman with a gun storms a police station.
Where is Kevin Woods?
Kevin Wood?
Yeah.
Kevin's not here, ma'am.
Then you best get him here.
A security camera catches it all on tape as the woman demands to see the cop that transported her to a mental hospital a few days earlier.
You got a police officer who took me to Valley View the other night. And I want to see him.
Right?
An officer out of camera range patiently tries to convince the woman to drop her weapon.
You gotta drop the gun.
The officer continues to negotiate, but at the same time, he's got his gun aimed right at the woman.
I'm telling you, ma'am, you gotta drop the gun.
I'm not going to drop the gun.
You got to drop the gun.
No,
Yes, ma'am.
I will not.
Drop the gun.
No way.
Drop the gun.
No!
She's okay as long as she stays on her side of that little door, but when she crosses the line, she makes a fatal mistake.
Drop the gun. Ma'am, I'll have to shoot you.
No, you won't. Don't you do it.
Drop.
Looking at the shooting again in slow motion, you'll see a shot come through the window where a second officer was waiting to fire. The standoff comes to a tragic end as the woman dies from her wounds.
Don't you do it.
Drop.
Next, we go to Southern California, where diamonds prove to be a tempting target for thieves. This young couple seems to be calmly looking at rings, when suddenly, the man jumps the counter and attacks the shop owner. As the crooks turn their attention to the jewelry, the owner escapes through the back door and bolts it shut. With the back door bolted and the front door automatically locked, the crooks have nowhere to go. The robbers panic as they realize they are caged in at the crime scene. A next-door neighbor comes running when he hears the ruckus. He shows up at the store's front gate, packing a pistol and ready to fight.
Put your fucking hand on the counter. Open the gate. Get over there.
Miraculously, no one is hit as both the girl and the neighbor open fire at near point-blank range.
Put your fucking hands on the counter. I'll put a hole in you so quick. I'm not on the counter.
The girl hits the front door release buzzer, and her accomplice rushes the gate.
Come on, man. Don't shoot me. I'm not going to hurt you, man. Just don't shoot me.
The neighbor opens fire and hits his target. The wounded crook escapes. Now his partner is alone with nowhere to run. The two surveillance cameras continue to roll as police officers finally arrive to take the terrified teen away. The girl's partner survived the shooting and later surrendered.
Don't shoot me.
The store owner never made the sale, but he's got this videotape to help him remember the day. This next home video catches insurance fraud in Pennsylvania. Sarah Mulligan wants the state to pay her workers' compensation claim. She says she hurt her neck and back in a car accident and can't work. But as you can see right here, she's working out big time at this biker party, wrestling another woman in a tub full of coleslaw.
Come on, down!
There are lots of video cameras in the crowd, and Sarah, known as Sally to her friends, plays to all of them, shedding her top midway through the match. She's twisting and tumbling, showing lots of skin, but no signs of any injuries. She She loses the match, and unfortunately for Sarah, her ex-husband gets his hands on this tape. He turns it over to authorities, saying it was his civic duty. One video camera and one less phony claim that taxpayers will have to shell out for. It's just after midnight in this New Jersey convenience store, and a surveillance camera rolls as two men walk in. You can't see it on camera, but suddenly one man pulls a gun and demands the cash. The robbers think this is going to be easy. After all, they have the gun. Boy, are they wrong. As one man goes to empty the register, the store owner attacks the gunman. He tackles the robber as his two employees grab machetes and join the fight. One robber runs out, but the other gets the beating of his life. That second man ran out of the store and right into the arms of a cop. His partner was arrested later that night. Watch closely and you'll see how lucky the two men were to get off with just a prison sentence. The store employees were using the dull side of the machetes. Had they used the business side of those blades, the robbers could have been killed.
I'm going to be shutting down and moving in.
Sometimes the government uses videotape surveillance to help make some of its cases. Here, a federal agent in Chicago is on his way to a bust that's gonna go bad.
On the next Ricky Lake, just when you thought you'd met Mr. Right, turns out to be the man from hell.
So he justifies.
The agent is driving to meet a man named Frankie, a man who steals checks from mailboxes and sells them.
There he is. He's sitting at the bus stop.
It's a sting operation designed to catch Frankie in the act. The agent pulls into the parking lot and unlocks his car doors. Frankie gets in. But what Frankie doesn't know is his every move, his every word is being picked up by a camera in the car. A camera the size of a cigarette lighter. The two men get down to business, but suddenly Frankie pulls a stunt that's not in the plan.
You know what? You give me all your motherfucking money, I'll blow your motherfucking head off right now. Give me the fucking money.
You want the fucking money?
Yeah, bitch.
All right.
The agent has a backup team just 20 feet away. But if they move in too fast, Frankie may panic and shoot.
Man, give me that shit, motherfucker.
The agent needs to get the gun pointed away.
Take me out of here.
Hold on just a second.
I'm not gonna shoot you, bitch, but you're gonna take me to Potomac, okay?
To Potomac. What?
Potomac.
The agent knows his backup is ready to pounce. But once again, Frankie changes the rules.
Turn the car before.
All right, all I'm doing
Frankie's getting impatient, but the agent knows if he drives away, he will probably die. He needs to stall for time.
Fuck up and move the fucking car before I shoot you in the fucking stomach.
You got it. You want to fucking move?
Yeah, we're moving, bitch.
Here, you see the agent put the car in reverse, but he's not going anywhere.
I ain't
fucking with nobody.
Well, get reverse and get the fuck out of here.
Agents are trained to stay at the location with their backup. He's just stalling.
You want me to shoot you?
I don't want you to fucking shoot me. Just stay cool for a
Okay
second,
then, let's
all right?
get the fuck out of here then.
All right, just fucking point that thing away from me. You're making me fucking
Nah, I'm
nervous,
gonna put it right here. That's it. Let's just go, man.
You're gonna shoot me? There's gonna be a million fucking people
I don't give
coming.
a fuck.
Frankie's getting more and more agitated, and this standoff needs to end now.
Let's go and chop me off at the dope dealer. That sounds sick,
All
alright?
I'm fucking saying.
You're gonna leave me there and I'm gone.
Then just point that thing away from me. That's
Hurry
all I
up.
want. You
Hurry
point
up. No.
Point the fucking thing away from me.
Hurry up,
I'm
bitch.
cool. All right?
Put your hands that way, boy, because if
Okay.
you even dare get this way, let's go, man.
Fuck, man.
Let's chop me off at the dope dealer.
Okay, I'm taking you. Just stay cool, all right?
Put your hands away from me.
All right, then just put that
Let's
fucking.
go.
All right,
Let's
put
go.
that gun. All
Let's
right,
go.
Mike said you were fucking cool.
Let's go, man.
Please don't point that
I'm
fucking
not gonna
gun.
shoot you, bitch. Man, you getting me mad.
And you're getting me mad. Just
Well,
point
let's
the thing.
go.
I don't. The fucking
I got it in my arm. If it's gonna shoot, it's gonna shoot through my arm and through your fucking body, all right?
The
Okay,
agent
you
gives
got
a
that.
signal,
All right,
and the
yeah,
backup
then
team
just
moves
stay
in.
Cool, all right? Just stay cool.
Watch this tough guy turns a taffy when the feds get the drop on him.
Get out. Get the fuck out. Fucking asshole. You gonna shoot me, you prick? Huh? Son of a bitch. Shut up.
Frankie is convicted on federal charges of mail theft and gets 27 years in prison.
Put your hands on the car.
This next video is proof that for a cop, there's no such thing as a routine stop.
Put your hands on the car.
A female officer in Carthage, Texas stops a driver for speeding, and a dashboard camera rolls as she politely asks to search his van.
Do you have any objection if I look in your vehicle?
No, I don't.
You can see the driver's daughter has stepped out of the van as the officer does her job. Now watch as the driver signals his little girl. It doesn't seem like much at the time, but it's clear he knows something's about to happen. The officer finds marijuana in the van and orders the driver to step back.
On that car over there.
What's wrong?
Put your hands on the car.
What's wrong?
Pay 30
Then right in front of his child, the driver explodes.
Put your hands on the car.
Sadly, there are two victims here, the officer and the little girl who had to witness the barbaric assault.
You get in the car. Go, baby, I can't go to jail. Go, baby, get in the car.
That noise you hear is Officer Michelle Jeter struggling to breathe.
You okay?
Luckily for the officer, a man who happens to be driving by pulls over to help.
Help, officer, down.
The officer is rushed to the hospital with 14 broken bones and her brain swelling dangerously. But thanks to the Good Samaritan, the officer not only survives, she's back on the job.
Put your hands on
As
the
for the
car.
suspect, this videotape helped police catch him within an hour. A judge gave him 60 years in prison. In Michigan, another police dashboard camera records an officer trying to pull over a driver in what once again looks like a routine stop. The driver has an expired license plate, but he won't come to a complete stop. The cop pulls alongside the van and tells the driver to pull over. The officer drops back. But the guy hits the gas. He takes off and a simple traffic stop becomes a high-speed chase. The officer doesn't know it, but the man has a destination in mind. He's racing to his ex-girlfriend's house. But it's not to patch things up. He wants to destroy the place. The driver suddenly makes a left turn and guns the gas, slamming into the house. Luckily, no one inside is hurt, and police later capture the driver in the backyard. He has minor injuries and faces charges that include 4 counts of attempted murder. In this next video, it's 3 a.m. and a surveillance camera rolls in a Louisiana convenience store. Suddenly, a truck crashes through the store's glass doors. The powerful collision sends glass flying and nearly collapses the storefront. A terrible accident. Or is it? The driver backs the truck out, then screeches forward, pulling past the vision of the surveillance camera. What happens next proves this is no accident. The person walking through the door is the driver, and if you look closely, you can see he's wearing a ski mask. This is now a robbery, and the robber's target is a portable ATM. The thief pulls the ATM by its power cord. Not the best of ideas. But his persistence finally pays off as he wrestles the cash machine out of the store. The case remains unsolved. Crime is crime around the world, but punishment can vary greatly from one country to another. Here, a robbery goes bad on the streets of Rio de Janeiro, and Brazilian military police move in. A news cameraman finds himself in the middle of a breaking story. The gunfire that follows puts dozens of innocent lives in jeopardy. Police bullets kill the getaway driver, and other officers subdue his accomplice. Police begin to search the suspect, questioning him about a gun. He denies having any weapon, and when they find one, they get tough. They stomp his head into the concrete curb. Suddenly, the officers realize their every move is being recorded and tell the cameraman to back off. He pretends to comply, continuing to record every second. A military policeman grabs the terrified young suspect and drags him behind the van. He draws his gun and fires 3 shots into his captive. None of the other officers blinks an eye. This street justice is no stranger to them. But this time, the videotape is proof of police violence and forces the government to charge the officer with murder. The tape wins the case for prosecutors, and the officer gets 15 years in prison. Hidden cameras in a Moscow apartment show us that Russian police play for keeps in their war on crime. Here you see 2 Russian mobsters shaking down a Moscow businessman. The guys in the jogging suits want money, but the businessman won't give it up. They begin beating him. Then one mobster gets a piece of wire and brutally wraps it around the man's neck. The businessman knows the police are watching on hidden camera. He's got to be wondering when they plan to move in. Finally, the cops come through the doorway and make the bust. And the camera shows Russian police using whatever force it takes, and then some, to make their arrest. Back in America, a news camera catches a tense standoff in Sacramento, California. A deranged homeless man has just killed 2 librarians in the city's Central Public Library. He shot them to death after they told him the library was closing. The gunman races to the roof, where police corner him. Negotiations drag on for more than half an hour, but get nowhere. Then the man seals his fate when he points his handgun at officers. They open fire. The man dies in a hail of police bullets, leaving forever unanswered questions about what triggered his rage that Sunday afternoon. Gang violence is no stranger to Southern California, and thanks to surveillance cameras in a pool hall, you're about to become an eyewitness to just how violent some gang members can be. Police say this pool hall is a hangout for a gang called the Asian Boys. The cameras roll as this young gang member, nicknamed Kicker, walks in with an attitude. He's got a swagger in his step and a .45 under his shirt. Kicker struts over to talk with some girlfriends. He has no idea tonight is the last night of his life. Minutes later, about 20 members of the rival Wat Ching gang walk in. Police say the Wat Ching gangsters get angry because some of the Asian boys are staring at them. Police say the Wat Ching members begin leaving after Kicker flashes his gun at them. But as they leave, one Wat Ching points at Kicker in what looks like a threatening manner. Kicker moves up toward the front of the pool hall. He walks right past some Wat Ching members who haven't left yet. When Kicker turns his back, a Wat Ching enforcer nicknamed China Dog grabs him and takes him down. Investigators say this is when Wat Ching gangsters took Kicker's gun from him. As they struggle with Kicker, the first Wat Ching gunman rushes in and opens fire. As they drag Kicker outside, China Dog comes back in and starts shooting. Kicker apparently escapes from his captors, tries to tackle China Dog, but can't hold on. He takes 5 bullets in the body as he dives for cover. And 2 fatal shots to the head at almost point-blank range. Some criminals are bold and brazen, but not very bright. These punks in Texas used video cameras to record their crimes, mostly vandalism. Here, they blow up somebody's mailbox with a huge firecracker. They toss a Molotov cocktail onto this property, starting a frightening fire.
Anyone coming?
It's an expensive neighborhood outside Houston, and it's all fun and games as the teens go from house to house, creating havoc on the street, capturing it all on tape for a good laugh later. They sneak up to this house and set fire to the air conditioning unit. The vandalism goes on for months, and police can't solve the case until the teenagers make a big mistake.
Now? I hit it.
They set up a booby trap on a bike path. They put tree branches on the path, so people will have to go around the obstacle. Then they dig a big hole, hoping the people would fall in. They hide a camera in the woods to catch it all on tape. Big laughs at other people's expense. But their plan backfires. A mother and her son begin to clear the branches from the path when the woman suddenly spots the camera.
Camera, huh?
She turns the tape over to police. It's got all their crimes and all their faces. Not real smart, and they get theirs.
No, asshole! Look at it! Oh,
Some video vandals in California think it's funny to go joyriding with paintball guns, attacking innocent people on the street.
Just in case we ever get caught and this gets confiscated. Fuck the police. You coppers. Fuck the police. Fuck you.
They've got their home video camera rolling as they search out an unsuspecting bicyclist and beat him with a baseball bat.
I bashed him. I bashed him with the bat. I bashed him with the bat. I rib-caged him.
Then it's back to one vicious paintball attack after another.
Life is a bitch. Woo! I got him in the face. Look at him. Oh, oh, get it out!
Imagine the terror you'd feel if this happened to you. And these creeps are doing it all for laughs.
Shot him in the head! That's good. You got that good, Ruffy? I got that good. I got that one good. Look at his face. Look at the face of his face.
Finally, they pick the wrong time and place to have their fun. Looking at the last attack in slow motion, you'll see a police car show up in the final frames of the tape. The cops make the bust, and the videotape makes the case. This home video becomes Exhibit A in a trial when a gang of muggers uses a camera to record their crimes.
This is straight up DC hustling.
A sucker punch takes down the victim.
They knocked the motherfucker out.
The gang goes through the man's pockets as he lies unconscious on the ground.
Knocked the man out. Oh shit. Who was it that knocked the man out? Shit. Who was it that knocked that young man out?
Take the light. I want the lighter.
Get that nigga up, man. They knocked the motherfucker out.
The videotape may have given the muggers a good laugh until police got a hold of it. Prosecutors used it in court to convict the 5 men of assault.
They knocked that motherfucker out.
Here, a surveillance camera catches a robbery that goes about as wrong as one can. Danny Lee Carter is a dangerous street punk. He's got a long rap sheet, lots of experience on his robbery resume, but he's never come face to face with Debbie Ellison and Jeannie Casey before. And you just know, he never wants to again. If you think that's the end of Carter's bottle beating, think again. The two women grab more booze and take him to the ground for another round. Carter's had enough. He staggers to his feet and makes for the door. End of story? No way. Debbie and Jeannie grab more booze and head off in hot pursuit. The surveillance tape helps Tulsa police catch up with Danny Lee Carter, and a judge throws the book at him. 35 years. That's a lot of time, but he's probably better off in prison than having to face these two women again. Sometimes a hidden camera catches crime in the workplace. This may look like just an ordinary coffee break, but this is no ordinary cup of coffee. This brew is piping hot with revenge, the result of a vendetta on the job. The man drinking the coffee is Rich Poe. The man who made it is Milton Ross. The two men work together, but don't get along. Today, things get completely out of hand. Milton decides to get even and shows up here at Rich's workbench. But what Milton doesn't know is that Rich set up a hidden camera. He's been suspicious for months, ever since the coffee started tasting sour. Milton looks around, thinks the coast is clear, and releases his revenge right into Rich's coffee pot. Can you believe it? He's urinating into the coffee. Milton thinks he's pulled off the prank of a lifetime, but the video camera catches it all on tape. Milton is fired and convicted of assault.
Welcome to the first annual Martin Carlton Stunt Special.
Sometimes stunts raise questions about the sanity of the stuntman. In Michigan, a man asks his brother to videotape him as he jumps from one tree to another.
And we're up inside the tree that I will be leaping from. As you can see, I'll be jumping from here over to that tree over there.
The man climbs out onto a branch wearing only gloves and glasses. Nothing to protect his head.
I'm nervous. Okay? God, this is scary. A little bit. All right?
The jump doesn't go well.
Let's go in and see if he's okay. Ow! I didn't quite get over there. I'm all right. My leg hurts, but I can move it.
Amazingly, the man has no broken bones, just minor bumps and bruises. But he'll always have a lingering question about why he did it in the first place.
There are people that will look at it and go, man, that was stupid. What the hell? You know, or what are you, an idiot?
If you want to talk someone out of performing stunts for a living, just let them watch these next several stories. Lisa Maxwell and Robert Topaz have been doing aerial acrobatics throughout Australia for years. Today, Lisa is going to wing walk atop Robert's biplane. A group of Australian kids at camp and a parent with a video camera are watching.
You think you can fly, do you?
Lisa is killed on impact. Robert will die later in the hospital. In Mesquite, Nevada, video cameras are everywhere, watching motorcycle stuntman Butch Laswell attempt to jump a pedestrian bridge. This camera gives us an even more vivid view of this stunt gone bad. Laswell misses the ramp and slams onto the asphalt. Friends and fans rush to the fallen cyclist. The tape will be used by investigators, but sadly, they're from the coroner's office, since Laswell dies an hour later. It looks like skateboarding, but it's called speedboarding, where adrenaline freaks race at a frightening 50 miles an hour. Today in Lake Elsinore, California, contestant Dave Perry is inches off the ground and moments from disaster.
And his time is... Oh, he is down. Dave Perry is down. He is down, lost his helmet. Please stay away. If you're not an EMT, please stay away.
The 32-year-old speedboard pioneer will never regain consciousness. After reviewing two different angles of the video, some of Dave's friends believe a poorly designed helmet played a role in the disaster. When he hits the pavement, the helmet comes off immediately, and Dave pays the ultimate price.
He is down, lost his helmet. Please stay away. If you're not an EMT, please stay away.
Some people think rodeo cowboys are a little crazy to try the stunts they do. Here, a camera rolls at the Australian National Rodeo Championship. Bronco rider Michael Parker is in for the ride of his life. Make that the drag of his life. Michael's hand is stuck in the reins, and the horse pulls him around the ring like a rag doll. The horse slams Michael into the rail. Then the wild ride finally ends. But watch, at the end, the horse tries to sit on the cowboy. Michael manages to avoid the full weight of the horse, and as he walks away, it looks like the only injury is to his pride. It's a different story in Zimbabwe, where a leopard has been killing cattle in a local village. The hunter is now the hunted, as professionals and their dogs search for the killer beast. The scent leads them through rough terrain. Finally, the hunters reach a steep ridge of jagged rocks, where the dogs corner the big cat. A cameraman along for the hunt zooms in, and suddenly, the leopard comes into focus. A dog trainer moves in and brings along a pistol to protect himself and his dogs. He fires a shot, and then signals to his friends that he got it. Everything is okay. But the fight with this cat is far from over. The hunters move in and unload. But in that split second before the leopard is killed, it leaves its mark on one man, biting him twice on his shoulder and slashing through to the bone. The hunter will survive, and now with a big cat dead, so too will the cattle of Zimbabwe. A pub owner in Phillipsburg, New Jersey, brings his pet boa constrictor named Betsy to his bar. Today is the snake's birthday, and bar owner Rick Strip is celebrating it by wrapping the reptile around customers and then taking their picture with the birthday girl. But Betsy isn't taking to the celebration quite as well as the others. In fact, as you'll see, she'll viciously bite an unsuspecting partygoer.
You gotta make her feel comfortable, you stroke her.
As someone records her party on a home camera, Betsy heads to the bar and checks out this nervous customer. Unfazed by the woman's fear, Betsy moves on to another patron. The snake leaves that guy alone, but then someone brings this baby up to her. The curious infant pinches the snake. Fully trusting his reptile, Rick inches Betsy in towards the baby. She sticks her tongue out, but keeps her teeth to herself as Betsy shows her soft spot for babies. Then Rick wraps the boa around another willing patron. While resting on the neck of this customer, Rick makes eye contact with his pet, but Betsy takes this gesture as a dirty look. After all that, it turns out to be Rick, her owner, who Betsy ends up biting. She nails him right between the eyes and catches his lower lip.
There's probably teeth stuck in it, so just come and take them out for me. Coming up on the Big Dog Intervention Report, James Brown and Dave.
It's the first time Rick's been bitten by his boa. The bite is so vicious, it's left some of Betsy's teeth in his mouth. Rick is lucky. He escaped serious injury and thinks maybe next year he'll avoid another attack by throwing Betsy a better birthday party.
And he was trying to get her to look toward it.
And another amazing animal story, this one from Warsaw, Poland, where the circus is in town. A trained bear is being brought into a television studio for some publicity. The bear is muzzled, but this big cuddly guy has been part of the act for a long time. No reason to be afraid. In fact, a producer at the studio wants to have her picture taken with this lovable beast. It turns out to be a big mistake. As the trainer and other circus handlers frantically free the producer, the bear turns its savage attack on the ringmaster. The trainer pulls on the chain, and the bear finally releases the ringmaster. Both he and the producer are scratched and bruised, but otherwise okay. The trainer says he has no idea what set his gentleman off, but another look at the tape shows just how quickly an animal like this can strike. In slow motion, you can see the producer is still smiling when the bear first hits her. Luckily, she's still smiling today, especially when you realize the bear could have ripped her to shreds with one swipe of his razor-sharp claws.
Come on, boy, come down, man. God will forgive you.
From an unprovoked animal attack to a young man who's trying to take his own life.
Says he wants to die.
It's Southern California, and the man straddles an electrified tightrope as an amateur cameraman records his every move.
Oh, my God.
The cameraman and neighbors can only watch helplessly as the man flirts with death on live power lines. Suddenly, the troubled man wraps his hand around a live wire and swings into disaster. In this second look, you can see the 23-year-old touch an electrode, thrusting thousands of volts through his body. Now, the most incredible part of the story. Despite having burns over 90% of his body, the man will fully recover and get a second chance at life. More trouble with power lines, this time in Bangkok, Thailand, where 3 electrical workers try to save a troubled man atop a power pole. Cameras on the ground roll as the men try to reach their target before he takes his life. A walkie-talkie tells the men power to the line has been cut. But the call is not quite accurate. The wires are live, and the rescuers don't know it. One worker touches an electrode and nearly 50,000 volts scream through his body. His limp frame flops over, and the only thing that saves him from falling is a safety strap attached to his legs. It's now a race against time for the two remaining rescuers. They struggle to stabilize their partner, then lower him to the ground by a safety line. The troubled man is brought down, and the worker is rushed into a waiting ambulance, severely injured, but alive. Now videotape of a new sport that you may always cherish. It's nude skiing in Colorado, where a home video camera catches some snow bunnies showing off their tails. Nude skiing is a tradition at Crested Butte Mountain Resort, a tradition celebrating the last day of ski season. And it's not just skiers who take it all off. Snowboarders strut their stuff on the same slopes. Now, even though it's springtime, it's still pretty cold on that mountain. A word of warning, if you're naked, ski carefully. You sure wouldn't want to take a spill. And speaking of spills, some of the most exciting video we get at REALTV involves the sport of bungee jumping. But this is one bungee jump we couldn't put on television because these people do it nude. It's the annual naked bungee jump in Nanaimo, British Columbia, and cameras are everywhere to catch the jumpers from every angle. The event isn't just for women. Lots of men also take the plunge. In fact, this guy decides to add a little something extra to his bungee jump. It may look like it's just an adventure for a bunch of crazy exhibitionists, but it's also a charity event that raises money for the local Animal Protection Society. Nude skiing and naked bungee jumping may be a little far out as sports, but in the sports world, there's nothing quite as far out as NBA bad boy Dennis Rodman.
REALTV, you know what? This is the Rodman World Tour, just kicking it live.
It's no secret that when Rodman isn't on the basketball court, he loves to party. And tonight, he's taking REALTV along as he goes one-on-one with the women. The camera follows Dennis to a club, where he takes the stage to jam with the band. The heat rises on the dance floor. Dennis seems to bring out the party animal in everyone. A little later, Dennis and his group move on to another club. It's a different location, but when Dennis walks in, it's the same reaction. Dennis takes it all in, and finally, after a full evening of partying, decides to call it a night.
What can I say? You saw it all tonight, right?
We begin near Istanbul, Turkey, where a cameraman is about to record a waterside drama he'll never forget. Escaping gas has caused Turkey's largest oil tanker to suddenly explode, trapping dozens of men on board. Turkish television carries this video live, but later they have to edit out these painful pictures. This man appears in shock, even ignoring pleas to jump in the water as flames envelop his body. His pants have burned off, but he still manages to stay on his feet. Mercifully, a fireman finally comes to his rescue. Hours later, the video paints a happier picture as the fire is brought under control and dozens are brought safely off the tanker. But sadly, the group doesn't include the man whose clothes caught on fire. He will lose his life before he gets to the hospital. Back in the United States, news crews are nowhere in sight, but an amateur cameraman is on the scene immediately as fire breaks out in this Philadelphia hotel. Smoke fills the Sunday afternoon sky as firefighters evacuate residents from the arson-caused blaze. Everyone is rescued except this man, who's trapped on the 7th floor. He's beyond the reach of ladders, but he's not beyond the reach of the camera. The reaction of cameraman John Jankowski says it all.
Oh, God. Oh, my God. Oh, my God.
The man will die, but 30 residents are saved. As for the arsonist, he was never caught. Vigilante violence brings us to the Baton Rouge, Louisiana airport. The man on the left is an accused kidnapper and suspected child molester. A television news crew records police bringing him home to face the music. But a father's rage brings him to the same airport. He's there to make sure this man never molests again. With one shot, the gunman kills the suspect. In front of the camera, in front of the police, in front of the world.
Police officers, it's okay. Police. Call the sheriff's office. Let's. Somebody call the sheriff's office.
If you listen closely, you can hear the police officer rush the gunman and say, "Why, Gary? Gary, why?" The father tells the cop, if it had been your son, you'd have done the same thing. The father pleads no contest to manslaughter charges. He gets 5 years probation and 300 hours of community service. He never serves a single day in prison. In Altheimer, Arkansas, a news camera follows sheriffs into the swamp and captures bloodshed on the bayou. For some unknown reason, 20-year-old Sean Hentz takes off all his clothes and carries his 2-year-old nephew into the murky waters. The man is obviously disturbed, claiming to be Jesus Christ and refusing to release his young victim. A sheriff reaches out to lay a consoling hand on the uncle's shoulder. He pleads with him to free the child, but gets nowhere. Then suddenly, the strange standoff turns violent. The man is trying to drown his nephew.
Come on, Bo! Hey, Bo! Come on!
One sheriff pulls out a can of pepper spray, but in the struggle, sprays himself in the face. The man doesn't even flinch as a bullet tears through his shoulder. He continues to hold the child underwater. It's now a desperate fight to rescue this helpless toddler. A sheriff grabs a paddle and hits the uncle over the head. It does nothing. What's it gonna take to bring this to an end? They grab the uncle's head and start gouging his eyes. But he still won't let go of his nephew. Finally, they grab a metal baton and crack the uncle's head open.
Hit him again, Roy! Help us! I got to kill him!
They rescue the little boy.
How you doing?
Then take the uncle into custody. He's found incompetent to stand trial and sent to a mental institution for help. Next, a surveillance camera takes us to Freedom, California, where John Miles is at work behind a convenience store counter. He's being robbed by two thugs, here and here. The next moments are disturbing to watch. With arms folded, John is determined to hold his ground. An image from a second surveillance camera is superimposed over most of the action, but hearing the attack is every bit as chilling as seeing it.
Open up! Open up! Open up!
The robber stabs the unarmed clerk 7 times in a vicious attack. When the attacker turns toward the cash register, the clerk grabs a gun and fires one shot, hitting the thug in the back. As the second assailant runs, the clerk fires again, missing the target, but providing him an escape route through the shattered glass. With an amazing will to survive, the severely wounded clerk dials 911 as pain shoots through his body with every gasp of air.
I'm bleeding. I still have the gun. He stabbed me. I shot him. One guy's in the office. Another guy's dead flat. You all right?
Minutes later, police arrive. They find the clerk bleeding on the ground and the robber bleeding in a back office.
No. Is there somebody else here? Office. Where, back here? Yes, sir. Is he hurt? Yes.
It's all right. We can help, man. It's coming right up there.
Both John and the robber will survive. The second assailant was later captured. A pickup truck sits upside down on a street in Athens, Georgia. Inside, a man holds his ex-wife captive, and there are police everywhere. The cops catch up with the hostage drama, and so does the home video camera in the hands of Brandon Bailey.
Hey, out of here! Now! Get! Now! He's got a weapon, he's gonna shoot. Now move!
Police chase the home video camera away, but Brandon finds a new angle to get his shot. Police have rammed the stolen pickup and flipped it over. The gunman is upside down. He's got his ex-wife tied up, and he's threatening to shoot her or any cops who come close. Snipers are ready to take the gunman out when another officer moves in to move the home video camera out.
We gotta go?
Yes, you got to go now,
right.
or you're going to jail. It's that simple. Get
What's
out
for
of the way. He's got a loaded gun under there threatening to shoot. Now get out of here.
Brandon moves his car and his camera to the other side of the parking lot. Suddenly, there's gunfire everywhere.
They just shot at his ass?
They got him.
You got him?
I think they got him.
Police bullets kill the gunman. They opened fire when he shot at them and started choking his ex-wife. The ex-wife is wounded in the leg, but 3.5 hours of terror are finally over. What began as a private tragedy for two people who couldn't work things out ends in gunfire on a Georgia street. It ends with a powerful lesson on domestic violence and a powerful piece of videotape to back it up. Rancho Grande is a remote mountain village in northern Honduras where low-income families live modestly. Goats are a common source of milk in this area since there aren't many cows. But in one particular household, a goat named Carreta provides milk for the family in an unusual way. This may look odd to you, but according to these two kids, it's the best way to drink milk. The other children in the family prefer their milk out of a glass, but that doesn't discourage Manuel and Edwin from drinking directly from the goat's udders. And according to their mother, they've always had a craving to get their milk right from the source.
We did consult a doctor, and we asked him if it was bad that they drink the milk like that. And he said, no, it was actually better.
But not all doctors would agree. Still, Manuel and Edwin enjoy the hands-on method when it comes to getting fed. But this is not a common cultural practice. In the U.S., child welfare experts might consider this abuse. However, the family just thinks the boys are unique in the way they consume their milk. The boys certainly don't seem unhappy, and Mom figures they'll soon grow out of their suckling stage. When this story aired on REALTV, it was too graphic to show in its original form. But now, for the first time, you'll see it exactly as if you're looking through the viewfinder.
There's the plane.
You're in Yuma, Arizona, where the Army's elite Golden Knights are practicing precision skydives. A home video camera watches their every move as they try out a dangerous jump called the Diamond Track.
I can't stay on both of them, so I'll stay on that one.
Two men jump out at 12,000 feet and begin the stunt by flying away from each other. Both are now free-falling at nearly 150 miles an hour.
500 feet.
Then, at about 8,000 feet, the soldiers turn and begin flying back toward each other.
And formations and everything.
The two men are now traveling at a combined speed of 300 miles an hour and are on a collision course with disaster.
Their foot and... Oh shit, they hit. They hit, my God, they hit. Oh. Oh. Oh my God. Oh. No. Oh, he got it.
Their chutes open automatically after the crash. Sergeant Jose Aguillon falls into a tree. Sergeant Dana Bowman comes down in a parking lot. Sadly, Jose was killed instantly. Dana is more fortunate. He will survive, although as you can see when the video is slowed down, his legs are severed in the crash. But this is more than a story about a disaster. It's a story about the power of the human spirit.
Oh, he got it open.
Just 8 days after the collision, Dana insists on attending the funeral of his best friend Jose. Then 4 months after doctors tell him he'll never walk again, Dana is back on his feet. Then, unbelievably, that's Dana skydiving again, just 5 months after the accident. And today, seeing is believing when the video camera captures Dana riding a bike, snow skiing, scuba diving, and yes, even gliding across the dance floor.